All right, together L hand path and the together timing. There's some interesting stuff with same time atoms. The cool thing about the together L hand path is that you actually have a moment where the poi are interacting in this kind of bigger atomic fractal, right? There's an atom here, there's an atom here, and then the whole pattern in a long exposure picture would make a fractal, a larger fractal version of those small atoms. Very cool. Adds a level of difficulty though, because you have to think about your polarity, because the poi are interacting. So if we do same time, we bend our right out and bring them together. Notice that the horizontal is on the bottom, right? The vertical will swing. Now the vertical is on the bottom. On the next turn, horizontal will be on the top. Then the vertical will be on the top. Horizontal on the bottom, vertical on the bottom. Horizontal on top, vertical on top. So there's this alternation of where the polarities will work. Happens the same in the other direction too, right? Horizontal on bottom, vertical on the bottom, horizontal on top, vertical on top, like that. Then we have the same thing, bending out. So now it's the same, but upside down, right? So we start horizontal on top, boom, vertical on the bottom, vertical on top, horizontal on the bottom, horizontal on top, vertical bottom, vertical on top, horizontal bottom. That's your polarity thing. Also goes this way too. Boom. So this one. Was this the one I was just doing? Shit. Goes this way too is what I meant. I don't even know. I can't remember the one I was demonstrating, but you get the idea. It works on both sides. Now we can consider that you can make an atomic weave because we have an atom, right? So we have two options on either side of this to do atomic weave stuff, right? So there's an atom. There's some weaves in there. Do a petal. Throw some weaves in there. Do a petal. So that's some cool things about the together L hand path, is you actually get an atom on each side. We're going to kind of deviate from the flower thing to talk about same time nexus stuff. There's a weird thing that happens, right? In theory, the center of rotation of an atom would be in the same spot. In reality, our hands can't occupy the same spot. So this thing happens where the poi end up being parallel to each other and not occupying the same space. So in a same time atom, when the poi are passing one another, they'll just be right next to each other. So this polarity works, right? With my arms crossed or on the inside. But I can actually do it in this non-operational polarity if I get my timing right. It's called the crane. That's how I was introduced to the concept. You could call it like the paradox of not in the same place. Call it whatever you want. Just be aware that that happens. Why am I bringing this up right now? Well, it's kind of confusing, that crane thing, because we understand we need our nexus to be in one of the functional quadrants, right? But if you time it right, it doesn't have to be. So you can find yourself stumbling into those non-functional quadrants and then maybe getting confused. Don't worry. It's just that your timing is allowing that to happen. So the rules aren't bending or something. It's a unique outlier in the atomic kind of interaction world. You can do cool things with them in those little atoms that you get in that big fractal pattern. So 4 versions of that. Lots to work on. Have fun.